Hello. Hello, everyone. Is anyone watching? Probably not. Okay, I have one viewer. Hello, what's up? Who's watching? Say hi. Hello. Hello, AJ. What's up? Is the audio okay? Today I'm a little bit tired. Hi, hi, hi. It's kind of weird that I have this music on. Let me see if I posted the link on social media. Yes, I have the link posted on Instagram. I think I also have it. Audio is good. Thanks, AJ. I also posted on Discord, so I think we're good to go. Okay. Today the music is a little bit different. I mean, the background music. It feels different. So I'm gonna start adding some detail on the hand and on the fingers. Starting from here, I have to, I think, go to the lower subdivision level. Better to watch some references, but I'm gonna watch my own hands. Too lazy for looking for references. But I also have good memory to remember the references that I have seen so far. So I don't mind not looking at the reference sometimes. Hi, Cheyenne. Thank you. I'll just go a bit thicker on the lower part because like it starts a bit thicker at the beginning and then the tips are a bit like, you know, slimmer. But for male hands and fingers, it's better to not make the tips too tiny because that's kind of giving it a feminine look. So I'll be careful to not give the tips the feminine look. I shouldn't make it too tiny. Should I connect Instagram or it's too soon? Hello, Andres. What's up? Great work as always. Thank you. Thank you so much. I also saw that people liked the demon that I posted yesterday on Instagram. I was surprised because I thought that it's not like a very interesting topic, but seems like people really love, demons and dark subjects. I thought that, like, maybe it's time for me to start sculpting something happy, but seems like people are more into, dark fantasy subjects. I mean, I love it too, but I was just surprised. I wasn't expecting it. The music is less like elevator music today. It's a better choice, I guess. This part doesn't look okay, but it's actually okay. Because it has to be like, there's a bunch of, muscles here that is like under the pressure of the tiny finger that is like bended over the muscles, so it makes sense. I thought that it's a bit thicker, like too much thick here, but it's all right. I also need to be careful to look at this reference at the same time, because I don't want to, add something that doesn't exist, or forget to add some detail that we can see here. For example, this part, the I don't know how to say it in English, but the things that you see here on the wrist is very important to copy with the original reference. I also feel like it has to be bended a bit. No, I think it's the silhouette. I need to make this part come a bit lower, and yeah, I think it's better now. Well, it looks like I have to extend this part, and also this this finger looks like has to come a bit lower, maybe the whole part, this and this all together has to rotate a bit to the lower part, like this. Maybe too much. Maybe with the lower subdivision level. And this whole thing I need to make sure that I didn't touch any other fingers, because these fingers are in the same group with the other one. Sometimes I forget to select only one group. I select both and work on one hand, and then I forget about the other one. And then I already changed the other fingers on the other hand. I always make this mistake. I forget to be careful with it. I think here I also need to push them a bit lower, and this part has to go higher a little bit. We need some fat here. Yeah, better. I also need some fat here. And some forms here. I also feel like I need to grab this whole finger here. And move it a bit to the top, like this. There has to be some space between these two fingers here, because I see that this part is a bit higher and then this whole part is too much lower, so I think there has to be some space here. So I'm gonna get this other whole part and yeah, rotate it. I like how Michel Angelo always puts a huge space between these two fingers, always, even with the feet, like with the toes. If you look at it, there's always a huge space. Also here you can see it, and here as well. But here is not really visible with this end. Here also is not visible, but here you can see that there's a huge space. Very interesting. Should I connect Instagram or it's too soon? How many viewers do I have now? I need to... 6 people watching. Okay, I'll connect Instagram in a bit. Let's just warm up with the hands and then later maybe change the topic, like change the part that I'm sculpting and connect Instagram. I always get a lot of interaction with the audience on Instagram and I'm not really focused on sculpting, but YouTube is always more quiet. So I want to, you know, use the chance that I have now to sculpt as much as I can. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please write it in the comments. I mean, I said that Instagram is like full of people writing, and you know, I get to interact with people more on Instagram, but it's not a negative thing. Actually, the point of this this whole live sessions, sculpting live and talking, is to, you know, to get to talk with people and get more interaction with people, with the audience. And also is a good practice for me to sculpt and talk at the same time, because I find it really difficult. I usually don't speak at all when I'm sculpting. Like, I can do only one thing, not more than one thing at the same time. I'm thinking of something new for the next week. I think for the next week, I'm not really sure, but I think for the next week I want to bring up an artist, like another sculptor or 3D artist, to talk online. But I don't know who's ready, because I have a couple of friends who told me that they would like to do it, but I'm not sure who's gonna be ready. Also, I'm thinking of choosing something smaller, because this piece was really big and was really frustrating. I want to sculpt something smaller and more, like, you know, chill, because this is already, like, you look at it and it's already too many things, and it's already too much stressful. And then, like, you know, for me, as I said, sculpting in front of the camera and talking and reading comments and at the same time sculpting is quite a challenge. So I think I should start next time. I mean, next subject, I think I should start with something smaller. I have some paintings. I was going to actually make a post or like an Instagram story to talk about which one should I like, should I choose to sculpt, and ask people's opinion, but I forgot to do it. Andres, that's a proposal work in progress, or that's personal work in progress, or a commission? It's actually a personal work in progress. I found it interesting to study Michel Angelo's painting, and also the subject was kind of interesting in some ways. I feel like I need to change this finger as well. This looks a bit different here. It has more curves here and more space from the other fingers. MJ, one of the best artists. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now I think there has to be some kind of a curved form here. And this part a bit smooth. I'm not sure if the silhouette is correct. I think this finger needs to be longer. Let's try. But I need to be careful with the proportions. Actually, it's not about being long, it's about not being bended. Because I don't know why I made it this much bended. It shouldn't be like this. Oops. Okay. And then I think this whole thing needs to have a shape like this. Or maybe I should use this gizmo to move and rotate. Yeah, now it looks much better, but still needs to be longer, I guess. But this looks bigger than the proportions, so I think I need to find a way here to make it look as close to the original without making the proportions go wrong. MJ, do you do online courses or mentoring? I would really like to learn how to sculpt like that one day. Well, for now, unfortunately, no, but maybe in the future, yeah. I am thinking of actually teaching properly, but not now, because I think there are many better, you know, sculptors that you can learn from. And also I'm very busy with commissions, so maybe I should start at some point after, you know, after a few months. Maybe I should try, but not sure yet. But I will let you know. I mean, like, I will put it on my Instagram or website if I start to teach one day. I was teaching last year, but this year I got really busy. Like, not teaching, I had some private classes, but then, you know, I got really busy. Hey Hadi, what's up? Okay, looks better now. I'm happy. I think the silhouette is okay now. I just need to rotate this other finger here to make it get closer to the other finger, like as we see here in the reference, and a little bit to the right. I don't know why it got shorter. Okay, I think I also need to change this part. The music is really sad now. But still better than the other elevator music. Okay, now I'm going to connect Instagram. Wait a second, let's check Instagram first. Oh no. I just got the notification of Max on ZBrush for featuring the challenge that I actually recently took on. This always gives me a huge energy to keep working when I get something from Max on people, like any kind of attention. I'm so desperate. And it gives me more motivation. So now I'm trying to connect my Instagram. This is taking some time every time. The audience have to be public. Next. Okay, copy. MJ wrote something. I'll watch all your previous live videos because they are valuable resources to have and to learn while working on my character. Well, thank you so much. Well, to be honest, my lives are not really a good source for learning. It's helpful, but if you really want to learn, I have a course on wingfox.com. It's a Chinese platform that I made a tutorial. I think it's like 13 videos or maybe less, 11 or 13 videos. It's for beginners, but I talked about how to sculpt for miniatures, like statues, miniatures, collectibles in general. But you're working on a character. I'm not sure if you want to work on a character for games or you're more into collectibles. I need to copy paste this link here. Trying to go live on Instagram. Waiting for Instagram to show me what I'm doing. All right. Okay, now I'm also live on Instagram. Great. Hello. Hello, Instagram people. Hello, what's up? So I think I still need to give this part some volume. Hello. Hello, people on Instagram. And I need to give this part some more wrinkles. Also here, it has to be, yeah, full of wrinkles. And yeah, some lines in the palm of the hand. But this part has to be higher, I guess, because when you're bending your fingers, this part is now looking like this. Hi people on Instagram. Hello. Today I think I'm a bit early for going live, but I felt like I have the energy to do it. I mean, I'm tired, but I still feel like I have the energy to go live. And this is gonna be the last session, by the way, sculpting this, you know, piece, the creation of Adam by Michelangelo. But for the next session, I will have to prepare something else. This looks a bit broken here. This needs some volume and also some fat. Not fat, like this muscle here. I also need to give some volume here on the top. This part looks like it needs some volume. And also I think it looks quite flat here. It shouldn't be like that. We know that there's a bone here. And this is wrong. This has to be here. Maybe with the lower subdivision level, because now I'm trying to just match the silhouette first without making the mistake in the proportions or other parts, like anatomical issues. I don't want to make any anatomical mistakes, and at the same time I want to match it with the illustration that I have here as much as I can. Hello, what's up? Hello from Dulio. Hello, Kian Salar. Hi, what's up? And this part has to be a bit like curved to the inside. And I don't like that these two lines here are too much close to each other. There has to be like a space between them, I think. Sometimes I just ruin everything and resculpt everything because I think I'm gonna do it better this time. Hi, Andre. What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, Hadi. So I'm also thinking of giving some volume here in the thumbs. This part has to be like wider when you look at it from the top. I also don't want to make it too thin here in the tip because I don't want to give it a feminine look, as I said. Hola! I also need to make this part a bit looking with more structure, you know. Now it has this, you know, like clay forms. Like it doesn't really look like it has any structure. So I have to make it look like there is actually like a bone under the skin, because sometimes the problem with the sculpture is that it doesn't actually look like it is made of something. It looks like if you take a knife and cut the skin, there's like air inside. There's nothing inside. It looks like kind of, you know, a teddy bear. So for that, it's always good to, you know, give it some structure to make it look like there's actually like structure under the skin. Trying to add some wrinkles here under the thumb, but it's too much close, so it shouldn't be that obvious, but just like a deep, you know, cut in there. Thanks, Mamikon. Thank you. Hi, what's up? Is this Dynamesh? No, this is subdivision levels. Like I can take it to the lowest subdivision levels, it looks like this, and to the highest subdivision level, it looks like this. But I'm working on the third subdivision level now. Trying to make it like, as I said, I'm trying to always make the silhouette look as close to the original reference as much as I can, and at the same time I'm trying to not mess up with the proportions or with the anatomy. Mamikon, no problem, I'm great. Hope you're doing good too. Yeah, I'm just having fun here. All good here as well. Trying to sculpt something. Hey, Federica! I'll need to book a ZBrush lesson with you, master. Thank you. You're the master. I need to book a Photoshop. I think you're using Photoshop for your 2D, for your amazing 2D artworks. I need to book a Photoshop lesson with you to you know, to become good with 2D, because I always made some, you know, pencil drawings and sketches, and I never actually tried to learn because it was mainly for you know, for fun and not actually for making money. But thank you. Ronivaldo, perfect, thank you, I appreciate it, thanks. Need to move this part. Oh, I missed a couple of comments on YouTube because I'm live at the same time both on Instagram and YouTube. MJ wrote, how many hours do you work daily? It depends. Recently I haven't been really productive, but I used to work a lot. I used to work for like more than 12 hours per day, but now I'm not really that productive. Maybe 5-6 hours. Maximum 8 hours, but I don't think so. I'm working like 5 hours per day. And at the same time, I have a lot of things to do to finish tight deadlines. It's quite stressful, but I'm trying to manage everything as much as I can. Federica, you're already seeing in 3D. Once you put your 3D vision in 2D, you'll make great drawings. No, I completely disagree with you, because I'm not really that great with lines. For drawing lines, I have to draw like 30 lines for me to be able to get satisfied with one at the end. So I don't think so. But yeah, thank you. I try. With 2D, I always just try. Mamikon, it's fine. We're artists, so it's okay to be not productive sometimes, so then we can create some nice art afterwards. Yeah, I guess so. I think I was a little burnt out, especially during January, but I'm doing good, I think, now. I'm slowly going out of my cave, slowly getting out of the bubble that I was in. I think I'm doing better than before now. At least better than a few months ago. I mean, the fact that I started to stream again is a very positive point. And I think it's gonna be even better than this. MJ on YouTube, that's awesome, but sometimes when I work a lot, I feel fatigued. Do you have any tips? Well, for those who are working from home like me, I think the main thing that you need to take care of is to always separate your personal life, where you sleep and where you live your life, from your studio where you work, because sometimes you get confused when you should sleep and when you should work and when you should eat, and it's a really big problem. But I don't know, like maybe also going out and having walks and like exercising, putting some time for yourself to exercise is something that can help to don't get burned out, I think. Toby, what is the size of the hand sculpt? How big will it be in the end? Well, I think I have some figures here to show you. It's gonna be something like this. I need to see if I'm showing correctly. It's gonna be, oops, it's here. It's gonna be as small as this tiny little hand here. The fingers and everything is gonna be as small as this one. I don't have anything black here to make it more visible. But yeah, this is the size of statues, or let's say miniatures, that I'm sculpting. And this is actually bigger than usual. This is based on Roberto Ferri's oil painting. He's my first favorite painter, who's kinda always painting like in classical style, and I really love it. This is called Saint John. In Italian, it's San Giovanni. And it's a bit bigger than the usual size, but yeah, everything I sculpt in this size. I don't know if you can see it clearly or no, but yeah. I also have some other sculpts here. I can show you this one too. Oops. I can show you this one, which is again based on Roberto Ferri's painting. I don't have anything black, but maybe better without my hand actually. This is called, I think, Hecate. Like Hecate is the name of this goddess, I think, but I'm not sure. Do you do the painting? No, I don't paint, but I have a lot of amazing painter friends, miniature painter friends, that they help me with the painting. Ah, nice. So same size that Eric painted. Yeah, exactly. Well, St. John was painted by Eric Swinson. And the other one, Hecate, was painted by Michael Pizarski, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Both amazing painters. I want to make sure I didn't miss any comment. But yeah, in fact, this hand is gonna be really small when it's printed, but you know, for example, M. Molero in Spain, Mario, he's amazing with printing, and he always prints all the detail that I sculpt, even the ones that I always think that is not gonna be visible, he prints it perfectly. So I always do my best, because I'm like, okay, if someone in the world can print all the small details that I'm sculpting, then why not sculpting it? I know that I'm not going to always, you know, have Mario to print my minis, because obviously he's expensive and I cannot afford it, but I mean, I'm not questioning the price. He deserves what he gets. But it's like sometimes I need to save some money. But yeah, the fact that he can actually print all the details always makes me feel like I shouldn't cheat, and I should definitely sculpt all the details that, you know, Mario can print. If he can print it, then I should sculpt it. Jake on YouTube. Oh, glad you mentioned the detail thing. I was literally just about to ask about it. Yeah, the details are actually important. Because, for example, if there is a big figure like this, and you're not sculpting the detail, let me just remove the space mesh from here. And you're sculpting everything in a big size, like in a big size of details, and then like you don't put the wrinkles, for example, on the fingers of the hand, or like the wrinkles on the hand in general, or the wrinkles of the face, then it is not really showing that it's too much, you know, work. It looks like it's just a sketch of like 30 minutes. And like with all the details, especially exaggerated ones, because these are going to be really small. I showed you the size are always really small. So in this scale, especially when it's painted, it's like, especially when it's not actually painted, because when it's painted, the painter is always, you know, bringing his own, you know, wrinkles and adding extra detail, so it's looking better actually. But when it's not actually painted, it looks like it's like a sketch of 30 minutes. So details always add to the value of the work, especially the, you know, the exaggerated details for this size of the miniatures. I'll just put it in the solo mode, because I don't want to see other figures to distract my eyes. And I will go with some finger detail, but before that I need to fix some things here. I think this has to move backward. J. Victor Art. I sculpted a hand in in a similar position 5 years ago on a commissioned statue of Dr. Manhattan from the Watchmen comic books. Seeing brought me back some memories. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. I am actually thinking of sculpting something bigger, like in a statue size from comics. I already have Batman and Catwoman kissing from Jim Lee's style. Jim Lee's Batman and Catwoman kissing. I'm sure many of you guys seen it before. I started this piece, I can say, like since 3 years ago, and I never finished it. It's almost finished, but I always feel like I need to add more detail because, for example, when I see Daniel Bell, Martin Canale sculpting Batman, Catwoman, like all the superheroes and comic book characters with all the crazy details, I don't really feel confident to call this piece finished. I'm like, no, I have to add more. But then I'm not really good with adding more details, especially for like clothes, like anatomy detail for me is like really interesting. I like to do it, but if it's like clothes, for example, the zipper, I don't know, the bottoms, like the stitches on the clothes, all those things are too much for me. But I'm thinking of finishing Batman and Catwoman kissing because it's been a long time. Actually, I need to do something about it. It makes me feel like I have to finish it. Negar, I am proud of you, Leila. Thank you, dear Negar. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Finished, not perfect, Andres wrote on YouTube. Well, finished, not perfect. Well, I don't know what you exactly mean, but yeah, finished but not perfect. Yeah, now I can understand what you mean. Like, yeah, it's almost finished, but it's not detailed enough for me to feel happy enough to post it. J. Victor, statues were always fun and always had luck to work with good clients that allowed me to implement my own ideas of classic aesthetics. You should try it. It's actually kinda therapeutic. Well, yeah, it also depends because as a kid, I didn't actually grow up with comics. I find Batman very interesting. Batman and Catwoman were always interesting to me, but it's not like as much as it's not as interesting as, for example, classical statues. When I walk in Rome and I find art everywhere, like statues, like, I don't know, paintings, museums, art galleries, art exhibitions. I find these everywhere and I want to go, I want to see all of it. But with comics, it's like, yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't like feel that much of excitement for them. But it is interesting, absolutely. And I want to try. Hello, a quick question. Where do you render your stuff? I used to, well, from the beginning, I started rendering in, what was it? I forgot. I need to check. I have a lot of things here. I used, okay. It seems like I don't have it anymore, but it's not a very like, oh yeah, Keyshot. Okay, I used Keyshot and then I used Blender and now I'm using Maya and I'm happy with Maya. So far I tried like only 3 like softwares for rendering, and Maya was the best. Of course, Blender, many artists are a fan of Blender because it's free and it's really beautiful. The results are really beautiful, the render and animation that they're doing. But I find Maya more, powerful compared to Blender. But also it depends. For example, for the type of work that I do, I think Maya is the best. But maybe for like stylized stuff, maybe Blender is better. Because for example, if I want to render something stylized, I would use Blender because the lighting is like, I don't know, it's easier for me to use neon lights, and the rim lights and everything looks more cartoony in Blender. But it's my experience. Maybe other artists who worked with both could have like a different opinion. But to me, I think Blender is more suitable for the kind of work that I want to show. Zed Skipper, thank you. You're welcome. Wanna check? I feel like I am still not happy with the thumb. I want to make it a bit slimmer. Maybe I should just smooth everything and do it again. Sometimes it's easier to do it again instead of trying to fix the mistake that you made previously. Now I'm happier. But I still think that okay, for example, when I look at it from this view, it looks too thin and I don't like it like that. So I need to add some volume here. So I was thinking of making a post or Instagram story and ask you guys to help me to choose a figure, choose a topic for our next session for live streaming. And I came up with some ideas, some like old paintings, but I really want to know what you guys could suggest. So if you have any ideas later, send me a direct message or send me an email on my website. I'd really appreciate it if you help me to choose something that also you guys would enjoy. I feel like sometimes I'm rotating the model too much. It gives me headache and nausea, but I have to, because if I don't look at it from different angles, then I will not be able to understand what I'm doing. Sometimes it's easier to make mistakes when you're sculpting only from one point of view. If you guys have any idea for our next streaming, you can start writing it in the comments actually. This is actually exactly the same type of, you know, finger that I sculpted for this figure. Here, this one. I don't know if you can see it or no. Maybe without my hand is better. Maybe here. Like, I need to get a airbrush to, you know, spray all these figures that I have in, I don't know, something darker, maybe gray, for me at least, to be able to, you know, to see what is going on. I mean, for me it's actually visible now because this is good, but for example this one, this color is not really good. I prefer to have it in a matte, like gray, or kinda like how do you say it, dark brown or beige, in this kind of colors. But this one is more like pinky skin color, which is good, but for like bigger statues I think is better. But for smaller ones, it just makes it look like small plastic toys and doesn't actually show the detail. Even like in my eyes, I cannot see that much of the detail because of the color. But yeah. I will try to add some more details here. Trying to look at my own hand in the same pose. Okay, this has to be quite straight here. Oops, not here. And by the way, do we have music on Instagram? Do you hear the music on Instagram? I mean the background music. I'm sure we have it on YouTube, but I'm not sure about Instagram. Could you guys help me writing if we have background music on Instagram? I'm trying to add some more details here. We can always go crazy with the details, you know, at least if it's not like printed because of the quality of the printer or whatever, at least it's gonna help you have nice renders. Don't be afraid of adding details. That's what I tell myself every time. Are you still live on Instagram? Everyone's so quiet. I doubt if I'm still live. All right, so if you guys don't have any questions or something to say, I'll stop in just a few minutes. And next week I'm going to do something different. It's not gonna be Michel Angelo again, but I'll try to prepare some renders from, you know, where it is now. I mean, the Michel Angelo's piece. And I will try to, you know, give you some updates. But meanwhile, I need to decide on what I'm going to next. Probably I will either have someone to, you know, to talk like another artist, or I will... Oh, I realized that I missed some comments. Oh wow, I missed some comments here. Sorry guys, I've been asking you guys to write something, but I thought no one is writing. But now okay, I see some comments. I'm sorry, I just see the comments. Okay, let me before going, I need to read these comments because I feel like I need to do it. It's been 4 minutes. I was like, why no one is like writing? That was weird. Actually, I felt like for a second, I felt like I'm talking to myself. I actually doubt if I'm still connected to the internet, but interesting. Okay. Sculpting Heroes doesn't have much room for the classic vibe, sadly. Depends on the client, but it's why I transitioned to miniatures. Definitely more room for that in that particular field. Yeah, exactly. And also more open to fantasy, you know? you barely can see big statues with fantasy subjects. I mean, you can see, but it's like not that common. It's mainly for superheroes, comics, and stuff. But yeah, miniatures are more open. Miniature community in general are more like, you know, welcoming new ideas. Like in any way, miniature industry, miniature community are like more open for anything. And another comment here. I'm really inspired by WW1 portraits, and especially after being a fan of James W. Cain for so long, maybe his work on WW1 could inspire you for your next life. Actually, I'm a huge fan of James Cain since I started to work. Like I started to learn. Actually, I started to study. James, Maria Pamfilova, and Alex Karatala were people that I was following, looking at their work online. I was just learning by watching their work. I was learning so much from these people, and yeah, he's a great sculptor, and I'm a big fan of his work. But I'm not quite sure what is WW1. I need to look it up later. And any other comments? I need to... No comments here. On YouTube, I see Christoph. That looks very cool. Thank you so much. Is this a study? Yeah, kinda. Like, it's like I wanted to study, and at the same time I found this subject interesting, because I always, as a kid, I always imagined God with a gray hair, long beard, and long hair, and like big huge guy, with all the muscles and stuff. So I found it really interesting to study this one specifically. But it's a very big piece. It's like it has a lot of details. It's been, I think, 10 times that I'm opening this file to work on, and every time is like 1 hour more or less. So I think for the next live session I'm going to choose something smaller, like only one figure maybe. But I'm gonna also ask you guys' opinion about it. I have some choices. Maybe I should make an Instagram story asking you guys to vote for each one, and next session I will decide what I'm gonna do. All right, I think we are done with the comments. I apologize again for not seeing the comments and not talking, because I thought that my connection was off for a second. Hello D-Max, what's up? And yeah, Christoph on YouTube, it's very good that you do sculptures like this. I hope to see it printed someday. Yeah, you will see for sure. Maybe for contrast, but I don't want to say that I will finish before that. I hope I will, because it's almost there. I need to work on the angels and mostly on the detail, because I'm happy with the proportions so far. Looks good. Things are like satisfying so far. But yeah, maybe you can see it printed in contrast. Who knows? Well, yeah, I will have to go now, and next live session will be again on Monday evening. I don't know what time yet, but it will be evening, mostly this time, a bit earlier or later. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Christoph, I keep fingers crossed for it. Yeah, me too. Thank you guys, thank you for your support, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.